It's time for an all new History's Mysteries. So today for History's Mysteries, we're going to be talking about the Aurora, Texas UFO incident. And this happened April 17th, 1897 in Aurora, Texas. Yeah, it was 50 years before Roswell. I mean, that's just crazy to me. Now, that's not the craziest part about this specific story. I would say the most crazy part of this whole entire story is the fact that an alien was thrown from the UFO and they buried him. In him or her, I don't want to gender assume, they buried it in a cemetery in Aurora, Texas, which we'll be getting into later because I take you there. So let's understand it a little bit more with this first clip.
If you're gonna break down, you're gonna break down in the middle of nowhere. You know, I'm not the only stranger this ever happened to. One day long ago, another stranger broke down here.
It was April 19th, 1897. The only difference is he never lived to tell about it. A local news reporter gave the story to the Dallas Morning News, and it's been in and out of print ever since. Jim Mars of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram.
Well, the newspaper clipping simply said that a cigar-shaped object, brightly illuminated, floated overhead in the early morning hours and crashed on the hillside. And then in the story it said the pilot of the craft, comma, which was not of this earth, comma, was given a Christian burial in Aurora Cemetery.
An eyewitness, 86-year-old Charlie Stevens, claims when he was 7 in 1897, he saw the crash.
We don't want to trouble you too much about this because we know you're not feeling too well.
Because of the years of harassment, he refused to appear on camera, but he did agree to talk to us.
Think you could tell me what you remember about the night that the light went over the house?
There's been more told about that, but I seen it with my own eyes. It fell. So we went up there and seen the spots where it burned.
Some people think it's a hoax.
But it fell.
It fell.
It wouldn't be until the late 60s that the International UFO Bureau would uncover the story. Hayden Hughes, director of IUFOB.
This is one of the controversial aspects of the incident. Were the news accounts at the time genuine?
Tell me the truth. What do you think? Is there anything here?
In 1973, when I came here first, there was at least a partial headstone here. I'll show you what I saw. There was only half of a tombstone, which went something like this. And on this was a very curious mark that went something like this. This was just a rock that had been hand hewed, and this had been chipped out of it with some kind of chisel or something. But as you can see, it's just a curious little object. But I think we could see if there was the other half was on here, we'd have what appeared to be a tombstone. And if you brought this mark to this side, you would have something like this, which gives you a definite saucer shape.
Well, we were not dealing just with one case. All over, people were reporting something, and one of these somethings appears to have crashed.
The crash site today is owned by Mrs. Brawley Oates, who gets calls in the middle of the night and thousands of visitors at her door.
There sure has been a lot of them here. The thing about it, they just pressed me for what's happened here, and if there's anything happened here, I don't know about it, see. My grandkids went out there with a screen off one of the screen doors, and they sifted sand out there, and they found little particles of metal. Lead-looking metal, but it wasn't lead.
Another clue, leading to still more questions.
I know one thing, it don't never die down. Just on and on. It's just like a mushroom, but it gets bigger and bigger, and it just goes further and further all over the world.
One man who has tried to keep the story from spreading any further is the sheriff of Aurora. Armed with a shotgun, he spent 24 hours a day guarding the graves in the cemetery from treasure hunters and curiosity seekers. And in return, all he got was an ulcer.
Were you the one that... Oh, you're the guy...
While I gassed up, we had a few words.
Yeah, you were up here with a shotgun?
Very few.
So a lot of the town people here believe that there's a UFO up here?
A lot of them did, a lot of them didn't.
It fell. And when they said it didn't or they're telling me a lie.
If we can find the exact grave and get the permission from the Aurora Cemetery Association to actually exhume bodies for evidence, that we could have the evidence of extraterrestrial visitation.
Mr. Nobles, you represent the Aurora Cemetery Association. What's their position in this matter?
They have a very definite objection to anybody going down there with pick and shovel and wanting to dig a hole.
Why?
Well, they're afraid somebody will dig up Grandma.
Well, that's the story of the Aurora spaceman. Part of the story lies buried here in the Aurora Cemetery. And the rest of the story is inside that house, locked up in the mind of 86-year-old Charlie Stevens.
And when they tell you it didn't fall, they're telling me a lie.
So, I mean, the thing that makes this story seem so legit to me is that in the spring of 1897, there were multiple sightings of airships flying over Texas. Not Six Flags over Texas, airships. The event occurred 6 years before the Wright brothers ever took flight, so they didn't mistake it for an airplane. And in the description that they gave the Dallas Morning News, they said there was an explosion. Now how would they know what that is if they haven't seen an aircraft fly and explode into the ground? I mean, that's just, I don't know. It just, I don't know what else makes sense. And I know that something is buried there. Let's see what ancient aliens had to say about it. So let's play the second clip.
The Aurora Cemetery was founded in 1861, right at the start of the war between the states. Texas State Historical Commission has a marker here that states the cemetery is well known because of the legend that a spaceship crashed nearby in 1897, and the pilot killed in the crash was buried here.
On an April morning in 1897, an airship supposedly ran into a windmill on the property of a gentleman named Judge Proctor.
There was an explosion. In those days, this was before television, before jet aircraft, any big noise got your attention. Plus, the ground shook. So they knew something tremendous had happened.
A local reporter arrived on the scene. He reported that there was a large debris field and also that there was the charred remains of what appeared to be an alien from another planet.
The occupant, described as unworldly, was given a Christian burial and put in an unmarked grave.
In 1897, this was 6 years before the Wright brothers actually made heavier than aircraft work. This is why I consider the Aurora spaceship crash the smoking gun of the UFO controversy, because this occurred 6 years before there was anything man-made in the air.
Debris from the crash was recovered by local law enforcement and never seen again. Judge Proctor buried it at the bottom of a deep well. For decades, the incident remained largely forgotten until in 1945, a man named Brawley Oates, who had purchased Proctor's land, reportedly was cleaning out the debris from the well when he later developed an extremely severe case of arthritis, which he claimed to be the result of the contaminated water.
He believed
Have you ever seen arthritis like that?
Contained some sort of element to it that gave him a severe case of arthritis. It was a bad enough case of arthritis it eventually killed him. So a lot of people today wonder if the well wasn't contaminated with some sort of radioactive agents, which was the rationale behind his arthritis.
We find that people who are using that well actually get ill. And so what happens at a moment in time is that the descendants of these people actually decide to cement the well.
The strange body still resting in an unmarked grave.
Researchers wanted to exhume the body, but the local cemetery association wouldn't let them.
I first got onto the Aurora story back in 1973 and was there before the tombstone went missing, and actually probably one of the few people around who still remember where the actual gravesite was. Now the little grave is located right here. It was a short little grave, that of a child or a very small person, and the little headstone, the marker, was right about there. A few years ago, scientists with ground-penetrating radar established that there really had been a short grave here. Now back in 1973, Bill Case was the aviation writer for the Dallas Times-Herald. I was working for the Star-Telegram. When we met up here, he had a metal detector, and we found 3 readings of metal in the grave. A couple of months after the headstone went missing, Bill invited me to meet him up here. We went over the grave, and there was no reading. He showed me 3 little holes that had been drilled in the grave. Someone had extracted the metal out of the grave.
In recent decades, further investigation of the crash site has turned up inconclusive evidence, including unusually high traces of aluminum at the bottom of the now sealed well where Judge Proctor had supposedly disposed of the wreckage.
So what are your thoughts about it, Jake?
Man, just hearing that they drilled down into the grave to extract the middle of it, to me, somebody's really thinks something's true if they're willing to go to that extent.
Well, I drove an hour and back for you guys because I decided that I was going to go to Aurora. So I did it yesterday and edited this footage, and I want you guys to enjoy it. So watch this. Hey, Skiba News Nation family, I'm here at Aurora, Texas, probably the first alien UFO crash we know of. And I'm here at this historical landmark, this historical cemetery that you can see behind me, and a Texas historical landmark legitimizing that this was a legit crash. So this is what it looks like today. Now I'll get back to the historical landmark here in a second because I have to zoom in to show you beautiful. I hate saying the word beautiful, but I mean it is. It's like old school. It's so pretty. The way that it is, and so I'm gonna go in. Okay, they say it's a giant rock. So let's find it. By a tree. I don't know if you guys can hear me because it's very windy out here, but it is so eerie because I am the only person in the cemetery right now. And kind of nervous, not because of anything paranormal, but I'm just nervous of getting in trouble. I found it. I found it. So here it is. I'm gonna try not to walk on any graves. I'm trying to be respectful. So right here, right when you walk in. So right here, underneath this tree, is where they say the little green man is buried. And it, as you can see, it has, you know, little teddy bears, a little UFO, and some coins. So I'm right here where the Martian is said to be buried. And here's the tree that it's by. The wind was cutting in and out too, which was very strange. Look at those trees and stuff, and look at all that. And he's right here. He, she, I don't want to misgender. How dare Martian. Right there. I mean, that's just amazing to me. So, in case you guys are ever in the Aurora, Texas cemetery, there is a gate right back there. And then you walk all the way back here. All the way back. And it'll be right here. I did leave something. I'll make my way back over. Sorry, it's my first time using my new camera. I left a Skiba News Nation card. So if any of you guys live by there, take a photo of a selfie with the card. It'd be cool. We will walk back through the gate together. So rest in peace, little guy. I hope you were a friendly one like E.T., but you never know. You never know. So we're gonna make our way over here. Ouch. And they are very awesome that they have little paths that you can take so you don't feel like you're walking on, you know, anybody's deceased relatives, and I hope they all rest in peace. Bond, Charles Bond. Right. Not James, but maybe a relative. James Bond's cousin. There's my truck, the Beast, right there. That's what I call it, because that's what the president calls his car. And who knows, maybe someday I'll become president. Let me know in the comments if you guys would vote for me as president. So as we're walking out, here's the beautiful gate again. I made this trip all the way out here for you guys. Texas historical landmark right here, which Texas doesn't give unless it's like a legit story. I mean, these people really saw something, and in my opinion, it's more credible than Roswell. Now, behind me is that beautiful gate, as I said earlier. And you can see it right there. It says Aurora Cemetery, established in 1861. So it's been here for a while. Now, when that alien, we'll call him an alien, or a Martian, when that Martian landed and crashed and died, they gave him a Christian ceremony, which I found very interesting.
That's hilarious.
I mean, it's a pretty big deal for Texas to do that. If you look real close, kind of midway to the bottom, it says, this site also is well known because of the legend that a spaceship crashed nearby in 1897, and the pilot killed in the crash was buried here. Probably should have read those. Shout out to the people of Aurora for keeping the story alive. I just wanted to say that before I head out. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing firsthand the Aurora alien body site. Oh look, there's a little UFO and a little alien man. Alright, well I'll see you guys when I get home. I hope you enjoyed. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Opal, what did you think about the whole Aurora story? Had you ever heard of it before?
Oh yeah, I've seen it before. There have been several documentaries done on it, not just Ancient Aliens, and some of the documentaries said that they've gone in and dug into the well and tried to find the pieces of the metal and what have you, like you had indicated, and went out to the crash site and went with ground penetrating radar over there by where the grave was supposed to be, and so I followed it many years ago.
Yeah, I think they should do it again because there's so much more technology that you can do to see what's really down there, because there could be an alien body. They're not very specific on what they tell people, and I mean that's the government for you. So now I have a couple photos that, if you want to pull this first one up. This was I think a rendering of what it was like what the UFO was shaped like and what the windmill was, and then let's go to the next one. That apparently is a photo, I mean allegedly, it's on the Wikipedia page of what the Martian looked like. So it's very similar to what people would say alien graves. It's just a crazy old looking coffin, and they gave him his Christian ceremony, so maybe we'll see him in heaven someday. I just found that thing so weird, and so I made this artist rendering of what I reading the story, hearing the story, of what I interpreted it as.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy story and enjoyed me going there to see it. But I do have one more clip for you guys, and it's volume 3 of Please Excuse My Sense of Humor. So let's play that.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your robes. I'm getting so hot, I'm losing control. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your robes. I'm getting so hot, I won't take my robes.
Excuse me, sir, do you have a permit to use this device here? Oh, you don't? Why, you need one! Excuse me, miss, are you streaming a Netflix account that you yourself are not paying for? Well, not for long! Excuse me, sir, are you working on the Sabbath? Sacrilege! Sacrilege! Excuse me, miss, did you tear the tag off of this mattress? What? You didn't know that the removal of mattress tags is punishable by law? You'll hang for this! Excuse me, sir, but do I understand you voted against the legalization of catnip? You dinosaur! Excuse me, miss, are you aware it's 10 a.m. on a work day? Get up! Excuse me, sir, are you aware the air's on but the window's open? Then close! Excuse me, miss! Landscape irrigation is restricted from 10 to 4, yet your sprinklers are on, and it's 2! Excuse me! Excuse me, sir. Are you aware that filming someone taking a bath without their consent is a federal offense? If you've done nothing wrong, then why are you fleeing? Why are you running away from me? If you're guilty of no wrongdoing, then you've nothing to fear. Citizens arrest!
When words can't express the loss, a cuddle clone helps you
Okay,
feel
this
the
came up
presence
on
of
my
a pet
Facebook
who's
feed.
no longer here.
You tell me if
especially
this
during
is
the holiday
disturbing
season.
or not.
Our custom
Okay.
cuddle clones are a handmade
Cuddle
plush
clones.
version of your pet, replicating every unique feature so you can hold your pet once more. Handcrafted with care, each cuddle clone captures
How
every
creepy is
detail
that?
of your pet, helping you feel their presence again during this special time of year.
the
We
tongue
understand
moves.
how much your pet meant to you and the pain of losing them, especially during the holidays when
I
memories
couldn't tell
are
if it
so
was a
precious.
parody or not.
That's why we pour our hearts into crafting these so you can hold on to those moments in the most comforting way possible. Using the photos you provide, we recreate your pet with precision and love.
I should
Every
get one
cuddle
made of
clone is a
Charlie.
huggable, one-of-a-kind creation that brings your
And let
pet's
him
unique
sniff it.
charm back to life, offering a sense of peace during the holidays. Creating your cuddle clone is simple and heartfelt. Start by uploading a few photos of your pet. Our skilled artists will capture every detail to ensure your pet's distinct features are reflected. Answer a few questions about your pet, such as their eye color, ear position, and any special traits that you want to remember. Our artists then carefully craft your custom cuddle clone from scratch using the highest quality faux fur and materials. In just a few weeks, your custom cuddle clone will arrive, ready to bring comfort and to keep your pet's memory alive during the holidays and beyond.
I wonder if they do people.
Thousands of grieving pet
Maybe.
owners, allowing them to
You know,
feel as
a
if
better
their pet is back
solution
home
to
where they
this cuddle
belong,
clone
especially during
is
the holidays
go to your
when
local
absence
shelter
is
and get a new pet.
Imagine the peace of mind
Because
you'll feel.
those
Every
pets
cuddle
need to be
clone
rescued.
during this special time. A gift that goes beyond.
Look at
Go
Many
love an
customers have shared that their
unlovable
cuddle clone is the
toy.
most
Love a
meaningful and
lovable
heartfelt
animal.
way they found to honor and remember their beloved
This is
pets,
my-
especially during
my
the holiday season.
replica
And with every cuddle
service
clone
dog.
purchase, you're also
How
helping
dare
out
you.
shelter pets in need, giving back in a way that truly matters. We know how much this cuddle clone will mean to you, and we are dedicated to getting
Man,
it
that
just
thing looks
right.
so
If
real.
for any reason your cuddle clone isn't perfect, we'll make it right with our money-back guarantee.
You better.
Yes, you heard that right. You get every penny back if it's not right. That's how confident we are that you will love your cuddle clone. Over 10,000 pet parents have trusted us to bring their beloved pets back to life.
Did
in
that
plush
lady
form,
have a
and the
small
heartfelt
cow
ways
as
to
a
say it
dog?
all. They found comfort in
know.
knowing that a piece of their pet is still with them, and we are honored to help keep those memories alive, especially during the holidays when family feels incomplete without them. Our custom cuddle clones
This
take
video
time to
gets
create, and our
over a
holiday
certain
cuddle
amount of
dates
likes.
are quickly approaching, so if you
I
want to
will
bring the
get
comfort of
one,
a cuddle clone into your
a
home for the
replica of
holidays,
Charlie,
you need to order now.
and see what
This
Charlie
season,
does.
We're offering $150 off each purchase, so don't wait to bring this special comforting gift into your life.
That'd be
Start creating your
hilarious.
cuddle
Okay,
clone
so
today and
question,
bring the
how
memory
many
of your pet
likes
back home
do
for
you
the
need
holidays.
to be able to do that?
You let me know what you think.
If we can get 5,000 likes.
Okay, 5,000 likes. I would get one. Look at that cat.
What
is going up? Meow. One lick, two lick, demon, mice. Wonder if they're nice. 1, 2, 6, 3. We must set them free. Where are you? Where am I? I'm on a countertop. Yes. With the dope. Fiends 1, 2, 3. Invisible ants for me. Huh. You escape me like fleas. Catty-nip. I'm a loaf of bread. I must be brain dead. No. Invisible ants. Oh, it's paper. It's paper. Sharon, drop the bath. It is time to bathe in catnip.
Back to the future. My mom sent me this one. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's History's Mysteries, and you know, please excuse my sense of humor. So
Check out our new and improved BabylonRisingBooks.com, where you can get Rob Skiba's books, bundles, DVDs, DVD-ROMs, videos, and so much more. You can even get Sheila and Jeremiah's books, so check it out now.